Hello friends! Hi friends, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sunny, and in this channel we love thrifting, we love making DIYs, and today it's a DIY video. I'm going to be crocheting today. I recently got this KATIA magazine in my local newspaper place, and it's 100% crochet looks. It's a total of 19 looks, and I'm going to start with an easy one. I've decided that I wanted to do a garment that I can use as a layer up this winter. I've decided to do the one in page 36. This is actually, I would link it in my description box. KATIA has links directly to their patterns. I've decided that I want to make this one here, but I don't want to make it so colorful because I'm not sure I would wear it as much. So I want just to do it with a plain neutral color that can go with everything. It has two panels, the front and the back are exactly the same. They're made exactly the same way, so it's pretty straightforward, and it has some ties at the side here. It has like a turtleneck, just a perfect layering piece. So the magazine comes also with all the instructions for all the patterns. I'm going to show you another one that I also want to attempt. That will be in another video if I get to do it. This one here. This one here, it's so cool, and this one, if I do make it, it will be a colorful one because I think it looks so cute in the picture. For this one that I'm making, it looks pretty straightforward, but it does look that it is very time consuming because it's all single stitches, right? It says here, yeah, single crochet. So all along it's going to be single crochet, all of the rows. It's the perfect project that you can start and put a movie or a TV show, and you can follow along both things at the same time. I love this kind of projects. I don't want to be like counting stitches and all that. This is just like this one. I'm making granny squares. I think it's the perfect project that you can do like two things in a row. But you have to do it. But when I'm crocheting, I like to watch a TV show, or maybe you can take it to a cafe and you can be like talking to friends and actually crocheting at the same time, and you won't mess up or anything. So I think this is just the perfect project. I'm going to bring you along while I make it. It's going to be a fun project. By reading the instructions, I have here that I'm going to be needing two types of hooks, the 4mm hook and the 5.5mm hook, which I have just here. This magazine, it actually tells you KATIA yarns that could work with this. So in this one, they're telling me the KATIA yarn, the Maravilla one, because it's like the colorful rainbow kind of yarn. But because I decided to do it in a plain color, I went to my local yarn store and they recommended me this one here. This is the color that I want to do. It's like a dark beige, and I think it works with everything. The one that they suggested was this Merino Classic, it's called. It's 52% wool and 48% acrylic. Not a fan of the acrylic, but this is a yarn that they had. This is not sponsored by KATIA, by the way. It's a Merino Classic Best Basics. The color is the number 10. This is the yarn. This is 100 grams. I'm going to be needing 4 of this, so I think I will need 2 for the front and 2 for the back. I really like it because it's machine washable, although my handmade pieces that I make myself, I never put them in the machine because I'm not sure how they're going to turn out. I always prefer to hand wash them, but I have the option. So this is machine washable, and it's also, you can shove it in the tumble dryer, which I never do with my knitting pieces, but maybe you have a situation that you need to shove it in the tumble dryer, so you have the option. Oh, I want to tell you how I would like to style it. I think this is a perfect piece for layering, as I told you before, and I really liked it because you can wear like a thin kind of long sleeve t-shirt, or maybe a shirt also. Like the model here, she's wearing with a long sleeve t-shirt, also with a shirt. I think it's a perfect versatile piece that I will get a lot of wear from it, so I'm really happy to be attempting it. Let's start with the project. So it says here, it's really easy actually. You just have to do 70 stitches and then continue using the single crochet and working a chain that it doesn't count as a point, like when you turn. So you chain 70, then you chain another one that it doesn't count, and you single crochet all along, and then when you get to the end of the row you just need to chain another one just to raise the row, you know, and then you continue working every row like that. And I need to do that until I reach more or less 64 centimeters, which I'm not sure I will do 64 because the one in the picture is pretty long. So as you can see in this picture here, she's actually, like, you can see the pockets of her pants are just here. It's quite long, so maybe like 5 centimeters less, or maybe like 60 or 58 centimeters I think I'll do, so it's not that long. And also I'm afraid that I don't have enough yarn like to do the neck, so we're starting from here, from the base, and we go all the way up. Then when we reach this point, so it's 64 centimeters, which I'll do 68, then you leave 20 stitches at each side without working, and then we will work only the part of the turtleneck. So as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. We need to do the 2 panels, and once the 2 panels are done, we will just join them and then add the ties that I imagined is just a chain. So for all the work I will use only the 5.5mm hooks, and for the 2 ties that I will do at the end I will use the 4mm. So the 4mm one I won't need it until further in the project when I'm about to finish it. I'm just going to start the project. By the way, before we start the project, I want to show you this project that I'm working in. I've picked up cross stitching, which I used to do when I was just a little girl, and I picked it up this year. I wanted to do my nieces and nephews some little gifts, and this is the little mouse. My nephew, he's only 2 years old, but he's really into airplanes, so I did a little airplane here and his name. And I think it looks so cute. I just have to finish doing the contour, and then I will leave it here in the sewing hook. Is it called a sewing hook? I'm not really sure. I will just leave it here. I'll show you another one that I have almost finished. So I have these other 2. This one is totally different. This is a kit that I did from DMC threads, and this one is for my future nephew, not yet here. And this is how I finished it. That I've never done, every time that I did any cross stitching, my mom used to like put it in a proper frame and all that, but I really love how cute it looks. And what I did was to put some felt here at the back, and I will cover it here so that it doesn't see. And this is another one. This is like the same mouse, but it has a balloon. I don't have here the one that I already gave to my niece. It's a little mouse, but it's like raining and she has like an umbrella. And I will up here a picture so you can see it. And I think these are just like the cutest gifts that you can give to a little one that they can put in their bedroom, and like, yeah, I don't know, I think it looks nice. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my project. So first I'm going to start with the 70 stitches. Now I need concentration. This is a part where I cannot watch any TV show because I need some concentration. So let's start. Now I always count them just in case, because my brain sometimes cannot count properly. So let's see. So now what I do is just chain another one that it doesn't count, and now we start with the single crochet all around. So sometimes what I do is when I start a project, because it's not clear, or I don't know, if I don't see it clear, I always put a marker in my first stitch. I have this little box with all my markers. This is actually La Violeta. It's some really nice sweets that they sell in Madrid. They're typical from Madrid. And every time that I go, I just buy myself a little packet because I love them. No violetas anymore. I just have all my markers here. This is just a tip if you're like starting. I think it's useful just to mark your first stitch there, so you know the next time you come around, this is going to be where you have to finish the row. I think it's quite useful. just going to continue with this, and you guys in a bit. Alright, so now that I've done the whole body, it's a bit wobbly, but I will have to wash it and block it before I wear it. In the instructions, it said that the panel should have to measure 64 centimeters, but I thought that was too long. In the picture from the model, the vest reaches up to like underneath her pant pockets. I thought that was too long for me, so I just reduced it just a little bit. I did like 58, 59 centimeters, a little bit shorter, so it's not that long. I ended up doing 58 rows. So that will depend on how your stitches are and how you stitch. Once I reach the desired length, we're going to continue with the part of the neck. This is going to be, the two panels are exactly the same. So what it says in the pattern is that you have to leave the first 20 stitches without crocheting, and then you continue in the 30 stitches in the middle, and then the other 20 remaining you will leave them also without crocheting. And in this way, in these 30 middle stitches, you will construct the neck of the vest. It didn't say in the pattern that I had to cut it, but I really didn't know how to finish this stitch without cutting it, so I just did it this way. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do it like this or not, and I just marked where I want to start. So these are the 20 stitches, so I'll have to start here in the 21 stitch. This is what I'm going to be doing today, working in this project so I could get it done before the cold weather is over. I am going to mark the first stitch just because the first round is always a bit confusing and I don't want to get it mixed up. So I know by marking the first stitch, I will know that when I come all the way around, this is going to be where I do my last stitch of this row. This vest, as I told you earlier, it's like pretty straightforward, but it's so time consuming. This is what I've got left from the first row. And I'm just going to finish this so you guys can see. I'm just following the same pattern as with the rest of the body of the vest. So this is going to be my last point because I counted like 20. This is a 20. And I'm just going to do here the last one for this row. And now I do like in the rest of the vest. I just turn my project around and I chain one. This one is not going to count, and then I start here. And this one I don't have to put, well, you can put it if you want, a marker, but for me it's pretty clear where it starts, so I don't need a marker there. And then I continue. Oops, I missed. Have to get the whole stitch. So I'm about to finish this row, and then I marked this one. As you can see, it's not really clear where the stitch was, so I always prefer to mark the first one, and it's always a bit tricky. There it is. All right, so now we turn it around. This is from the thread that we attached to the neck. This we will just cut it out. I already passed it through all this. And now we turn around, chain one as always, and we start. We continue doing the neck. So from the pattern, it says that the neck needs to measure 10 centimeters. I was just here making the neck of the vest, and I've just realized that before I said it was 58 rows for the body, but no, it was 58 centimeters what I did, like 58 or 59 depending on how much I stretch this, and it's actually 116 rows. I only said 57, but no, it's actually the double, because when I count, because it's too much rows, I just count like one side here, one side, 1 2 3 4 5 6, but this is actually 1 2 3 4 5 6. I don't know if it makes it clear, but yeah, I just wanted to address that, because no, it's not 58 rows, it's actually 116. That's why. And now I'm making the neck, as I told you, about to finish it. I think it will be like around 20 rows, I think. You can see here the neck. It's about to be done, so I'll continue doing this. Just wanted to address that small, big detail. So I just finished crocheting the panel, and I have the other panel done already, so have both of them. I put them together, and I don't know why one looks longer than the other one when it isn't, because I've counted the... porque es más largo. Okay, so one looks longer than the other, but it isn't, because I've counted the rows, and it's the exact same rows. I just think that the one that I did before, it has been laying flat, so it has not stretched, but the one that I just finished is a bit more like scrunched up. I'm counting them again just to make sure. Okay, anyways, I've put both together. I finished the neckline, and now what I have to do is just join the two panels in this type of like L shape. Just need to do one on the right side and one on the left side. It says here in the pattern that I will have to sew the two parts using side seam. So I've just got my needle, and I will be using this one to sew the two parts together, and then I'll only have to do the ties, which I will tackle them when I finish joining the two parts. So let's do that. So now I've got the vest already sewn in with side seams, the two parts. So as you can see here, we have the neck. I've tried it on, and I have to say I had a bit of a struggle to fit my head here. I think I really have a big head, because when I do beanies and all that, it's like, no, I have a big head. Anyways, there's space enough, and it's quite stretchy, so I don't think anyone will have any problems. It's just a funny fact. At the beginning I was like, oh my god, it isn't going to fit, but it does. And what I did was, it was my first time doing a side seam with the yarn needle. So I've always used a crochet hook just to join all the parts together. And what I did was sew it the other way around, as if I was sewing any piece, like a dress for example, with fabric. I just sew it the other way around and then I turn it around so you don't see any seam here. And now what I have to do is the ties. As you can see, I already did some. For the ties, we have to change the hook. It says here to change to a 4mm hook, which I didn't have, so I've just used my 4.5mm hook. The project, as you remember, I used the 5.5. I guess it's so that the stitches are not as big. It says here, work a strip with 65 chain stitches and then work a row of slip stitch on top. Then cut the yarn and fasten off and work a total of 4 strips the same. And then you have to sew the strips at a distance of 22 centimeters from the shoulder. So from here, 22 centimeters down from the shoulder, with one at each side, yeah, of course, at the front and on the back, so you can tie them together. So what I did, instead of doing the ties separately and then joining them, I thought it was better to start to measure 22 centimeters down and then start here the tie. So you don't need to then sew it together to the vest. I don't know. I think you can do it both ways. This side, I already have it done, as you can see here. So we just tie it together. So this is going to be one of the sides, as you can see. I think it looks really cute. I will have to block it because you can see here, it's quite, the edge here are quite curly. So I will have to block the project. It's only the edges here, so maybe I'll try to iron it and steam it a little bit. So maybe that will do, but I'm not sure. Let's see. So what I'm going to do now is to sew the other tie that I have left. I've only have one left. And what I did was to mark 22 centimeters down, and I just mark it here with my marker, and I'm going to do the tie. So as I said before, it's a chain of 65 and then you come back with a slip stitch. That will do it. I'm almost finished. 62, 63, 64 and 65. So now that I've got 65, a chain of 65, as you can see, I started it just attached to my vest. I'm going to come back that row with a row of slip stitches. Now I don't need to count. The beginning, when I'm doing the chain, I just have to be super concentrated because you start counting. I don't know if it happens to you, but you start counting. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm like 5, 6. And I'm like, did I say 5 already? And then I'm like, I have to start again. Well, it happens with big numbers, but yeah. I saw yesterday a video that made me laugh so much. I don't know if I saw it on TikTok or on Instagram, but it was so funny. And it was this person doing a crochet, and she was like, is anybody like this? And she was doing like a row of stitches, like when you have to count the rows. And she was like, 2, 2, 2, 2. Row 2, this is row 2. That happens to me all the time because I don't use the counter, because I always forget that I'm using the counter and I'm actually counting, and then I'm like, okay, which one is right? I'm always like, every time I'm doing a row, I'm always like repeating the number of the row so I don't miss out. I know you can always count them, but yeah, that's my brain when I'm crocheting. It's just such a mindfulness activity. At least for me, it relaxes me so much. I love doing crochet. I also love sewing, but sewing, you always have to be like your sewing machine. You cannot be like me right now, just sitting on the couch and working on a project. Crochet, macrame. I used to do a lot of macrame some years ago. I used to do a lot of bracelets. I'll put you here some pictures. I think I've never showed them on my YouTube, and I love doing those bracelets. I used to do plant hangers also with ropes. Yeah, but it comes and goes. You know, like there are times where I prefer to do crochet, other times I prefer sewing or macrame. And what I would love to start right now, well, not right now that I'm doing this project, but when I finish, I have 2 other projects in line with crochet that I already have the materials and the patterns that I'm going to use. One of them is going to be another pattern from this magazine that I did this vest. My mom got me the yarn to do that for my birthday, like this one. She bought me like for two different projects, so I will be doing that one. And I also have another jumper from Santa Paciencia, which I love her work. Well, for sure you will know her if you love crochet. I bought her special, like, well, her latest pattern. It's a top-down jumper and it's a striped one, like this one. I love stripes, and this is with mohair yarn, which I think is going to look divine. And after that, I would love to start knitting. Maybe in between those, I will do the Sophie scarf, which I have it in my Ravelry for the longest time and I still haven't attempted. And now I see on TikTok that everybody's doing it, and I'm like, I have it in my Ravelry for like 2 years and I still haven't made it, because I don't know, like I've only knitted a beanie, well, 2 beanies I did with the same pattern from the cardigan. I really want to start knitting, because I know, like, when I see it right now I'm just like overwhelmed by it, but I know that once I start getting a hang of it and really start making myself things, I will be like, oh, why didn't I start first? Like happened to me with crochet also. That's a little pep talk for you guys. Okay, so that's the last stitch, the last tie, I mean. Now I get my little scissors. What I'm going to do is to get my yarn needle, that should be around here. Here it is. So I get my yarn needle and these 2 strands of yarn that I have here. I'm just going to tuck them in. Oh, just a second. Mom is calling. Dime. All right, so it's finished. Very cute vest you can wear like just with everything, you know, when you're wearing like just a t-shirt and on top you put this and you keep nice and cozy. So I'm going to try it on. I have the ties already tied up and I don't think I will have to take them out. Let me see my amazing no, like my massive head. All right, so this is it. I think it looks really cute. I'm not sure if maybe the neck here was too long. I just did the 10 centimeters that it said on the pattern. Maybe if I do it again, I will do it a bit shorter, or maybe not. This keeps me warm and cozy, as I said before. I think if I fold it, it looks cute also, right? It looks really cute. You can see the ties here. As I told you, I need to either block it or seam it so that the edges here are not all folded. I love the length. I'm really happy that I shortened it a little bit, because the one from the pattern, the model was wearing it like right below the pant pockets, and I think that was too long for me. So this one I think is just perfect. You guys, I think this is the perfect beginner friendly project if you're just starting in crochet. I think it's very easy to follow, very simple. You don't need to be counting stitches. It's so like the same stitches and just go row by row. It's a bit time consuming. Any crochet, any handmade project it is. So it's not time consuming. You can always learn from every project. I didn't this color because I know it was going to be easy to style, but now that I see it, I wish I had done it maybe with a combination of 2 colors. Maybe put like a light beige like this one with a darker beige and do the 2 strands together. Maybe it would have had like more dimension to it, not so plain. It's my first one. Maybe I'll do it again, like I told you, with 2 colors. I don't know. It's just so cute. Yeah, I really like it and I'm happy. Hope you guys have liked this video. If you have so, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I would really appreciate it, and see you guys in the next one. Bye!